Hey everyone, we got a chance to look at the Council of Elders on the PTR. The Council of Elders is a single-phase fight during which you fight 4 trolls. They don't share health and they are all active at the same time. An NPC called the Spirit of Garajal regularly empowers one of the trolls. This causes the troll to gain an extra ability. The respective troll will remain empowered until you do 25% of its health and damage. While the troll is empowered, it also gains a resource called Dark Energy, which fills up over time. When Dark Energy reaches maximum capacity, the troll will start casting Dark Power, which deals increasing raid-wide shadow damage and lasts until you manage to break that troll's empowerment. Each time a troll is broken out of an empowered state, they gain a stack of a buff called Lingering Presence, which increases their damage done and Dark Energy generation rate for the rest of the fight. This acts as a soft enrage timer and it will make the fight harder as it goes on. The first 4 empowerments cast by the Spirit of Garajal are always in the same predefined order, namely Frost King Malik, High Priestess Marley, Kaz Rajan, and Soul the Sandcrawler. Once this first cycle is complete, it seems that subsequent empowerments are cast in a random order, but we cannot say for sure. Let's take a look at the first cycle. Frost King Malik is the first empowered boss. He has 2 basic abilities which he uses even when not empowered. Frigid Assault is a stacking debuff applied to the current target which demands a tank switch. Biting Cold is a debuff applied to a random raid member which causes them to deal frost damage in a small area around them for 4 seconds. When empowered, Malik gains Frostbite. This applies a debuff with 5 stacks to a random ranged DPS or healer which causes them to deal frost damage per stack to all allies within 4 yards for 30 seconds. For each ally within 4 yards, 1 stack is removed in 25 man and 2 are removed in 10 man, meaning that the damage is much lower. What this means is that for 30 seconds, 4 players in 25 man and 2 in 10 man must stack on the affected player. High Priestess Marley is the second empowered boss. She has 2 basic abilities which she only uses when she is not empowered. Wrath of the Loa is an interruptible nuke that she spams. Blessed Loa Spirit is an ad that she regularly spawns, which moves towards the troll with the lowest health and heals them for 5% of their health when it reaches them. The spirit can be slowed, stunned, and rooted, but if it is still alive after 20 seconds, it will instantly and unavoidably jump to the respective troll and heal them. When she is empowered, Marley uses a different version of Wrath of Loa, which deals shadow damage instead of holy damage. Instead of Blessed Loa Spirits, she now summons Shadowed Loa Spirits, which fixate on a random ranged raid member and kill them if they reach them. These spirits can also be slowed, stunned, and rooted, and they too will instantly jump to their target after 20 seconds. Killing the spirits is the biggest concern with this boss. When not empowered, Kaz Rajan has a single ability called Reckless Charge. He targets a random player and then charges to their location, dealing damage to everyone in the path and knocking back players at the targeted location. When empowered, he gains Overload. This causes him to stun himself for 20 seconds after each reckless charge, and while stunned, to reflect 50% of all damage taken back to his attackers as nature damage. You need to make sure to avoid Kaz Rajan's charges and, while he is empowered, to use defensive cooldowns to stay alive while DPSing him through his overload. Soul the Sandcrawler is the final boss to be empowered in the first cycle. When not empowered, his abilities are Sandbolt, an interruptible nuke that deals damage in an area around a random raid member, and Quicksand. Quicksand is a void zone that is created at a random raid member's location, which deals damage to all players who stand in it, and also progressively slows their movement speed the longer they stand in it. If a player stands inside the void zone for too long, they become stunned and they must be dispelled, although they will probably be dead by this time. When empowered, Soul uses the Sandstorm ability, which transforms all the existing void zones into small adds. These adds deal high melee damage and leave behind quicksand void zones when they die. From here, the fight continues with more empowerments until all the bosses are killed. As the bosses gain more stacks of Lingering Presence, the fight will become more and more difficult. When patch 5.2 is released, we will get a more detailed guide up for this boss. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.